Hi, I'm Lisa. Welcome to my studio. If you don't know this, I'm going to let you know right now that I love tie-dye. And this is one of my shirt designs, and I love tie-dye. I always have, and I'm so thrilled that it's back in style. You wear tie-dye anything now, and it's cool no matter where you go. Anyway, I was thinking, wouldn't it be fun to make a tie-dye piece of glass? So I've got this 8x8 square. I have a, oh boy, if I can get it. Over here, I've got an 8x8 piece of clear. I'm going to stack the white on the clear and fire this in the kiln to a full fuse temperature. But first, I'm going to create a pattern with all of these fun colors. I have a bright yellow, an opal green, a sky blue, a grape, some red. This is a kind of a deep green, deep blue, a really deep aventurine blue, which I'm going to use that for the contrast, and then a little bit of white in case I feel like I need to brighten things up. I've never done this before. I have no idea what to do. So you are here with me to figure it out. We're just going to have some fun. So tie-dye, I'm guessing because it's tied, the design is usually in a spiral pattern. So what I'm going to do is start making some spiral patterns with the frit, and then I think I'm going to take this brush and either sweep through it or take this darker color and make kind of lines in it and try to get like a spiral kind of spreading sort of design. So I'm going to start with yellow, and I'm going to put this down, create like a spiral. There we go. Now when I use frit, I'm not skimpy. I like to use a lot of material. And let's go to green. Let's kind of do the green here. Work our way around. Now add some blue, maybe some blue between. Oh, maybe a little bit of red in the middle. How about that? Yeah. A little red here. A little here. A little over here. Oh, this is fun. All right, so now let's introduce some purple. Just kind of pour that. I got a little white showing here. I'm basically trying to cover all the white glass below. And maybe a little purple here in the middle. And then let's go back to the yellow, repeat the colors we started with. All right, now back to green. Whoa. You know, because we're working with white on the bottom, all these colors are going to show really beautifully and really true. If I've been working on clear, sometimes the colors get a little washed out because they don't have that solidity behind them. All right, now we're going to go to the blue. We need to add more blue. Bring that around. Ooh, this is messy and fun. Kind of like being, you know, when you're messy in the kitchen, but it's delicious. Well, this is messy in the studio, and it's going to be beautiful. It's fabulous. All right, now, oop, I just got a little bit of blue in the red, so I guess we'll be taking a little bit of red out. Working some of that around here on the four corners. Yeah. This is fine frit. A lot of times I work with powder. I decided fine would be fun today because I get nice heavy coverage. And I didn't use any of this dark blue. I guess we'll be using it now. Work that on the edges. There we go. I like this, the way this is looking. It's kind of crazy and psychedelic. Ooh, I spilled a little there. That's all right. Some blue here. And some over here. Yeah, all right. I think I'm going to introduce a little bit of this blue in the middle too. Because, you know, I want to kind of repeat my colors. Ooh, yeah, getting crazy out here. This blue is also giving me a nice deep tonal quality, so it's not all those bright colors. So I like that. Get some out here. There we go. Okay, now, let's see, what do we do? I think I need a little more yellow right here because it's kind of thin. All right, now, I'm thinking I could take this brush and draw through. which I think I'm going to do. Let's try it. Woo! Woo! Oh, look how fun that is, right? Bringing some of that color out. And then it's kind of mixing the colors too. Oh, hey, this is coming out kind of fun. This is really cool. All right, I like the way that's going. And also my center's not quite centered. That's cool too. All right, so now I'm gonna take this aventurine blue. Now here, I think I want a little more control. So I don't want to just mess it. I just want to kind of just put it in these little grooves I created to kind of create a focal point of it coming out and spreading. Oh yeah, that's fun. Okay, so you know I'm having a good time when I stop talking because I'm starting to concentrate here. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Ooh, yeah, fun. I might make another t-shirt design just out of this tie-dye here. Oh, got a little spillage there. That's all right. All right, so in tie-dye, you know, it seems like it's not always just, you know, sometimes there's like little blots of color. So let's do a little bit of that. A little bit of, you know, where the color would kind of run or something. I don't know. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Okay, so just tapping some of this aventurine blue. Aventurine blue is actually, if I had to say I had a favorite glass, it would be aventurine blue. So the reason I like aventurine blue so much is I use it for a high contrast color and a really deep color in my work. So I don't have to work with black all the time because the aventurine blue gives you really dark color, nice high contrast, but it has a little sparkle to it. And because it's blue and not black, it adds a lustrous deepness, velvety kind of feel to your work instead of a black, which can kind of make it create a black hole visually that just draws the viewer in, and they're not necessarily seeing the art, they're seeing just this hole. Whereas the blue doesn't do that. So putting these little dots here, this is very, very fun. I think after doing this, I think I've gotten all of them, had some little spots on each of them. I'm considering doing some red like that. This is a cherry red, which means it's not an opal, which means it's not necessarily going to show on top of all these other colors, whereas this green is an opal and it will show. So maybe I'll do a little bit of this green. Bring that out a little bit. Although that aventurine blue is just taking the, it's just taken over because it's so striking. I don't know that this green can compete. But then again, you know, tie-dye does have subtleties to it. It's not all bright. There can be some subtleties. So let's bring this out. Oh yeah, I'm liking what that's happening there, that green on top of these colors. Because the red and the blues are pretty darn strong. Yes, oops, spilling all over the place. Alright, so I've got these green kind of veins going out. And what about some red? What do you think? Why not, right? It's our art. We can do whatever you like. Alright, yeah, liking that a little bit. Ooh, yeah, liking that. A little over here, a little over here. Okay, well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm thinking this feels pretty tie-dye-ish. And we had fun with Frit. Got a great design. Lots of material, lots of color. So I feel pretty good about this. So, oh, what do you think? Should I add a little white? Let's give it some little highlights, a little brighten it up a little bit. I don't know. I don't know about that white. The white's kind of blah to me. Never mind. Okay, back to the aventurine blue. Let's cover up that white. There we go. Maybe a touch of green in the middle here. I don't know. Let's give it a little shot. Sometimes, you know, that little extra thing you do, you wonder, should I or shouldn't I? And that's the thing that makes you love the piece of art. So this piece was built right on a piece of paper on the table, and there's Frit all the way around it. It's going to be hard to get up. So I've got this little palette knife, basically a little mini spatula, and use it to tuck it under the glass so I get my finger underneath it and lift it up. Now we're going to take this and put it on top of, well, let's lift the clear up off the table first. Get it off the table. There we go. We're going to come over here. We're going to put the clear inside the kiln on top of this primed shelf. And now we're going to put the tie-dye on top. There we go. Very, very carefully putting that in there. All right, I'm going to take a brush, a little brush, and move some material to the outside edge there. So we have good coverage, good color all the way to the corners. There we go. So I put it on nice and thick so we can afford to move a little bit around over to that edge. Okay, I'm very pleased with the way that came out. We're going to go ahead and close the kiln. I'm going to fire this to a full fuse temperature. It's going to fire overnight, and then when it's done, we're going to come back out and see what we have. So, back to the studio. Here we are with our tie-dye project. I'm really excited. I'm not quite sure what to expect from this because I've never tried to do tie-dye before, and I love tie-dye, so I hope this piece has the impression of something kind of fluid and lots of colors and movement like you would see in a tie-dye piece of fabric. So let's open the kiln and see what we have. Oh wow, it's very colorful. Loving. Can you see that aventurine blue, the shimmer it has, that sparkle? Kind of like a little diamond dust. Isn't that just fabulous? And I'm really pleased with the saturation of color. Now there's a white on the back, so that really helped these transparent colors. Like the yellow was transparent, the red was transparent, the green was opal, this blue was transparent, and then this dark blue is just, that was also transparent. So really the only opalescent glass was the green, and then the aventurine blue, I don't know if they consider that transparent or opaque, but it just has a spectacular sparkle to it. So I'm really pleased with the way this came out, and this might be my new tie-dye t-shirt design. But for today, we're going to take this project and we're going to take it out of the kiln. We're going to take, oh, over here, I've got the mold. We're going to place it in this square mold, put it back in the kiln. I'll place it in this mold, and we're going to take, you know what, I'm going to take this back out and take this kiln shelf out because I want this project as far away from the coils in the lid as possible. So this brings it down another ½ inch lower, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing because if the glass is too close to these coils, it can cause breakage because it's too close to the heat. So I'm going to double check that that fits in there nicely. I'll go ahead and close the kiln. We're going to take this to the slumping temperature, and after it's done, we're going to check it out and see what our tie-dye bowl looks like. Welcome back to the studio. We made our awesome tie-dye project. We put it in a mold, fired it overnight, and now let's look and see what we have. Wow, lots of color, lots of movement, really exciting stuff here. So this is an 8-inch square in an 8-inch square mold. Got lots of color. Can you see that aventurine, how it sparkles? Isn't that beautiful? That's a lovely additional feature to this art. The frit here is really pretty, but I love that aventurine blue and how it sparkles and adds a different dimension. You know, I mean, it's psychedelic, man. That's cool. And the red, look how deep and rich that is. That's so pretty. And I like it next to the blue where we get this purple combination here. And look at how we've got this green and the blue next to each other, and we get another shade of green. So when you're using powdered frit, actually this was all fine frit. Let's look at the back. Oh, the back's kind of fun too. I wonder how this would have looked on clear glass. We probably wouldn't have had such strong color, but we would have had some transparency, which could be very pretty. So the next time I might try this on clear glass so I could get some light going through it. In my experience though, when you do frit like this on clear glass, it washes out when the light comes through. It doesn't have that strength that it has when it's on the white, which is why I selected the white. You know, from experience, I know that I can get more out of my color when I work on the white base. So really excited about this piece. Love the colors, love how they shifted. You know, or what I mean shifting, what I mean is how they mixed and how here where the blue and red are together we get a new color, and here that we get a new color, and where the purple and the green meet we're getting some fun stuff, in the purple and the blue we're getting some fun shift in the color where they blend and we get some new color combinations. So when you're using Frick, consider mixing the colors. I don't mean put the two together in a jar or a tub and stir them. What I mean is have one color next to another, then do something, either draw a brush through it or draw something over the top of it like a knife to blend the colors, kind of like you're putting frosting on a cake. And then you get these beautiful combinations that you could not have predicted. And it's different from using sheet glass where you get a solid, strong color. Here we want a painterly kind of blended appearance, and I believe we got that. And again, I just love that aventurine blue, the strong color that it has, and that little sparkly aspect of it. So another fun project for us to share here. So I'm so happy you joined me today. And please consider joining my premium video membership. Would love to have you on board. We have 2 new videos coming out every month. Really exciting, more elaborate, more complex stuff that you're going to really enjoy learning how to make and seeing the whole process. Also, like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Would love to have you here so you can get all of the most exciting projects I'm putting out every week. So thanks for joining me. Until next time, happy fusing.